Oh, it's killers. It's killers. We do not care what the judge and jury said. Judgment day will come.
It's fun. That there gun is a lot of fun. Alright, my friends. Today, we're going to be doing a project that I have already done. This will be my fifth or sixth time doing this. Which is going to be to convert one of these Norinco clear Chinese SKSs. This came caked in Cosmoline. I got it off of Classic Firearms. I'll probably do a video on how to do one of those if I get another one. You wind up having to basically, obviously, take everything apart. You got to soak it in like mineral spirits. I sanded this down lightly, and then I restained it a different color because I'm into the dark wood. You can still see numbers on it. You can still see all the scratches. Very reliable. These are old guns. I love this one. I modified like the first 3 SKSs that I had, and then I was like, you know what, I want one like just the regular way it goes. And I love this gun. I take it hunting all the time, and it's just great, right? So anybody who has SKSs, you know what I'm referring to. But we're gonna turn that into this bad boy right here. This is a Norinco Chinese SKS on a FAB Defense tactical kit. It comes with a folding stock, which is awesome. I got my red dot dialed in. I don't know if it shows that. I can actually hold this on my hip. Not that I would do that, but pretty cool option, right? So that's gonna be our goal today. I have a buddy of mine whose rifle I'm gonna be working on, and this is what he sent. Bam! Pretty much more towards its origin and its original, the way it comes. You see the light configured wood. It's got the numbers dialed in. This one doesn't have the bayonet on it. It looks like somebody did some modifications on it already. This is plastic right here. This is wood. This is plastic. This is not original, obviously. I guess somebody made it work, right? Anyways, that's going to be our project, and we're going to go through a step on it. Now, something important on this, I don't know if y'all can see it. We'll see. Side A is fairly good, and I'm talking about the black. But on the other side, it's got some. Let's see if we can get that. That's not good at all. Not good. So we're gonna get that off before we can do anything else to it. Golly, it's really bad up at the tip too. It's actually caked on there. There's gonna be a lot of cleaning that needs to be done. So we got a project ahead of us, but that's what we like. This is what he got. This is the FAB Defense SKS kit, tactical kit, right? So I don't normally do unboxings and stuff like that, but hey, we got it. Let's do it. There is an important thing I want to talk to y'all about. 2 things. So it didn't always come in this fancy box, because when I got it originally, there was no instructions. It was just a cardboard box. There's still no instructions in here. I knew that was gonna happen, but I noticed something before I opened the box, and I'm gonna get to something else in a second. This is nice, right? Got the flat dark earth, FAB Defense, folding stock. Look on the bottom now of the box. I don't know if they're all going to come like this. It's actually got a link on instructions on how to do it. So before, there were no instructions on how to do it. I YouTubed a couple of guys that had poor lighting, probably like I got right now, and I had to figure a couple of things out. So I'm going to show y'all the easiest way that I know. I'm actually going to log on there here in a second and see what they've done. Like I said, I've done a couple of these before. Regardless, blah blah. Let's talk about this. rubber band. It's a rubber band. Okay. That's your tooling that they sent you. These are your two pieces. Now, this is very important. And it's not really something that should be said, but I'm going to say it anyway. This little piece right here has got 2 screws in it. It's got this little dealio right here. This is going to lock into place on your gas tube. Down here, you have the opposing end. It's got a screw underneath, and it's got a nut inside. Do not misplace this or any of these screws, because if you do, you're screwed. Definitely. I lost this little piece right here and a screw, actually the nut on the bottom end, and I was 3 months it took to find the damn thing, and I was stuck like Chuck. I couldn't do nothing. It's like you can just call FAB Defense and say, yeah, I just want that little piece. At least back then it couldn't, or maybe you can find it on Google or somewhere now, but I'm just telling you. And you shouldn't have to say something like that, but I'm just telling you, just keep track of your shit. Right? Don't be a Cobretty. Keep track of your shit. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna use some motor oil, your steel wool, and you're gonna hear a lot of people talk about this if you're trying to think about doing it yourself. I saw on YouTube one guy using a Brillo pad. Don't use no Brillo pad, bro. Don't do it. We got our regular cleaning brushes and whatnot that I may end up using on some parts. Obviously, we'll see how caked on it is. But you want to make sure you use the finest wool that you can get, which is going to be the 400. Make sure you get the 400. Don't go with the rest, because you're going to wind up scratching crap up. And if you're okay with it coming out the way this one did, where I just showed you, where the, you know, it's kind of more down towards the base, then okay, yeah, go ahead. Some people are like, man, I just want to get it going. So if you're interested in doing that, then yeah, go ahead. But this one, we're not going to use this one. This one, I believe, is actually still salvageable, because man, look at that. It's actually really nice in some parts. And I remember he told me, he was like, man, I didn't even realize it. I had it in my closet. I ain't touched it in so long time. And yeah, you got to watch out for that stuff. I'm going to probably fast forward through a bunch of this stuff. This is not a disassembly. I'm going to let y'all watch it, but like I said, I'm going to skip through some parts because I feel like there's actually enough videos out. Some guys did some pretty good jobs, a whole lot better than I would do on how to disassemble. I like this strap though, man. What? This is why I don't do the simple videos. Son of a bitch! Just get. Totally the real. Gotcha. And that's how you take this job off. Fuck me, dude. Oh god, that's fucking hilarious. I don't want to fuck up the wood though. Yeah. I get a kick out of these guys that do the disassembly ones, that honestly it gets so easy. Sorry, Clint. It's gonna be good, bro. I promise you. Tim. It looks nice. If you're gonna do it, then you gotta do it right. Now on the wooden ones on these, see, that's why if you do the Tapco kit, you can go on. Okay, I know we're doing the FAB Defense one, but if you decide to use the Tapco kit, I might just buy one for the next SKS just to do it. Go ahead and go online and order this Tapco ready. Somebody, I don't know who is doing them already, he puts these on there, or they put them on there. You can buy this part for the Tapco kit and it's got the rail on it. Just do it, because trying to get these things off, especially the old ones, I mean these old guns, you wind up breaking the wood up, and then by the time it's a pain, dude. And you can save yourself a whole lot of heartache and pain just by ordering that piece. I'm hoping that this thing is not going to be a pain to get off. So I want to show y'all what the hell and why I just said what I said about just buy the damn thing. This one, it don't matter. I already talked to the dude and he told me just do what you gotta do. Which I'm probably going to wind up just breaking this whole thing off. But you see that little circle piece right there? It's really hard to see. There you go. See that circle right there? You can see on the other side too. I swear it's damn near welded in there. You're supposed to be able to just get a punch and punch it out, which I have, and I'm about to try. If this one works, it'll be the first time it's ever worked. Didn't even budge. Don't judge me. Ha! Ha! Bam. Pick it up. Okay. Here we go. Now, if you did what I just did with the hacksaw, or another way, I've actually had some where I just, I didn't care and I just got a screwdriver and I just broke it off. But that plastic is actually stronger than most of the wood that I've had to take off of these things. So, make sure you don't go too far in, cut the thing. Be cautious with it, right? But if you did it the way that I did it, then you won't have to mess with inside the little baggie, inside the box that you're going to get from FAB Defense. They're going to give you 4 things. 3 Allen wrenches. They're going to give you this little doohickey right here. And if you watch the video, you're going to use this if you knocked out this punch so that you can put this back in. But we skipped that step, right? We're doing it differently. So I might use it in the future for another firearm. I don't know. I'm going to put it off to the side for now. What we are going to do, though, take your Allen wrench that fits this right here. And you're going to take it off. Take off 1 screw. And this is this little piece right here that we're taking off. Right there. I hate it when I'm watching other videos and the guys go too fast. And I hope y'all can see with the lighting. My bad if you can't, but I'm trying. Voila. So it's going to come out. So this screw was on this side. Pay attention to which way it goes in. I really don't know if it matters, but we're about to find out. So we know that it goes this way. It doesn't matter. It seems like it would. We're going to pretend that it does. We're going to pretend that it does matter. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab this little piece right here. How are you going to slide in? Right here. And this is going to slide in right there. Let's see how well this works. Like a glove. And it's going to drop right in. And this is what you're looking at right here. Okay? Okay. I'm going to get your screws. I don't know if you can buy one of these already done the way you can with the Tapco kit. This one's not so bad. I'm gonna be honest with you. As long as you don't care, if you don't want to keep the wood on your gas tube, like if you don't ever want to go back to the original stock, then this is not bad at all, honestly. Go ahead and you can tear it off, rip it off. But don't, if you do go the other route, the way that I did with the other ones, and you tear it off, Just make sure, there you go, make sure that you don't bend this steel right here or this one right here, because if you do, it's going to mess up your stuff, right? So you don't want to do that. But papa, once you got this done, it's like good. Check it out. This is what we're going to do. So right here, here's the next step. Right in here, you see this little groove? You're just going to take you just a little, it don't have to be a screwdriver. Just press that. There's a little thing right there. You press it. This is going to open up. You're going to pull this out. Put it to the side. And this is going to remind you of like an AR. You're going to take your biggest one, because there's a bolt in here that we got to take out. You think it's easy? So you can drop this bolt out and put it to the side. It's just a bolt. I'm gonna leave it in there because with my luck it'll be harder to stick in there. So the next thing that you want to do, and I know not everybody has punches, so that I don't know what to tell you honestly on that part. That sucks. Because truth be told, sometimes that's why you hire people, right? Or you get somebody else to do it. This is all about do it yourself. But not everybody has punches. So I don't know, maybe you could find something else. Maybe you could use an Allen wrench maybe. But these are punches. And you can buy the kits. The Wheeler kits or all kinds of crap, and they come with these little nice hammers. You find one that fits the best. This thing's crooked too. Anyways, what they want you to do is put this here like so. And so what I'm about to do is I'm about to punch this little, see this is where your magazine is going to lock into place. But you need to punch it out. I don't think it matters on which side. We will find out. It's slowly coming out. So this came out. See how that's sticking out right there. So if you don't have these little tools, find you something that you can bang on and get in there. These punch tools are not that expensive, but if you're not like somebody who does a whole lot of stuff, then you're gonna be like, it's one of those things, right? It's like, man, I gotta buy, by the time I finish buying all the tools, I could just drop it off at a gunsmith and have him do it for me, right? That's not what this is about. This is about the fun doing it. Ain't it fun? I think it's fun. Okay, so get this out. You got that poking out. Elbows poking out. Okay. Next thing you're going to want to do is take this one, your other low, and right here, you see it has where this piece goes. Loosen it up. Like this. What I'm going to do, give me a little. That wasn't as hard. So that came off real easy. Keep track again of which direction this thing is pointed at, which you'll see as I took it out. This does matter which direction it goes. And in case you mess up, see there's a little inlet on this side, a little space right here. That space goes forward. Okay. So there's a little nut in here, and that's what I was talking about in the last one. That little nut can fall out. Don't let it, because then you're like, I want to make sure that y'all see this. So right in here, this the grooves, right? You're gonna take this. You're gonna slide it into here, forward. You don't want it to stay. And then to take the whole deal, because one thing trying to show it while at the same time you're doing it. Because this, you want to balance it in, and you want to pull this back and pop it. The whole purpose is supposed to have the two. There it goes. There it goes. There it goes. Is it line in there? Easy lined in there. I'll tell you what. So, like I said, you can see it on this one. You see how it lines up right there? That's what you want. Now you take your screw right here on the bottom. And then, you see how there's a little separation still? Like I said, you can push this back. And voila. Now it's in place. You see. Okay, so here we are. Now you should be able to hold it upside down to kind of somewhat stays in place. This is where you're sitting. Next thing, and this is why it's so important, have this thing taken off right here. That's because you're going to have to take your trigger group and you're going to have to slide it into place. And you can see right here, your trigger group, so you can get your little elbows poking out right here. That you're going to slide right in here. There's no other way you can do it. Okay? Because if you try to go back there, it's just not going to fit. And a lot of stuff has changed since the last time. Okay, so, and I'm going to go in and out of here, but I'm going to tell you what's going on. When you're putting it into these stocks, these trigger mechanisms right here, they don't always just want to pop right back in. Getting this little deal right here, this little latch to lock back in place, even on a regular SKS, sometimes it's like super freaking hard. I've had to put like a screwdriver or something in there and actually have to hammer it. I hope I don't have to do that right now because like everybody's asleep around, right? But make sure that this part right here is solid against the frame. Okay? Because as you push onto here, it's going to want to pop this part out. And you don't want that. So what I'm about to do is I'm just going to throw a t-shirt right here like this so that I know that it's solid down there so that I can attempt to push in this frame. Oh, that one just ran out. Okay, so I got one camera that just ran out. I hope this picks up the rest. He should. Here we go. Like I said, did it poke out? That's what I'm talking about. See? Came out again. So stick it on there. And snap it in. And that little snap right there, where's my flashlight? That's what you want. That little right here. That's what you need to snap in. Once that's in, all right. So, next thing you're gonna want to do, and the next two steps you can kind of do. Okay, the order is there, but if you watch the video, it's gonna tell you to do this next. But I'm already started on this, so I'm gonna show you. Smooth part forward. The part where the ridges is going to face the buttstock. So what you're going to want to do, and you can see right here, I hope you can see on this camera, this is what we're looking at right here. You see this magazine release? This is where you can see it functioning. Let me get you this. So, see the magazine? It comes out. You want to make sure the latch is going to catch onto that so that when you push it, it actually releases the magazine. Otherwise, it's pointless. Go. So, when you stick this in here, you kind of see the inlets, but you want to make sure. Let me show you. Look. Again, this is how it's going to lie. Because so that once I put the pin in, when you push here, it's going to push that part back and you can actually release the magazine. I know I'm going a little more into detail than you might need, but some people, including myself, want as much direction as possible. So, here's my Thor hammer. Should line up like so. It's looking good. What's next? There you go. It's in there tight. Throw this back in there. This little bad boy right here. Goes this way. Lines up with the sliver. Pops into place. Lock that in there. Oh. Starting to look like something real. Me likey's a lot. Boom. Okay. Next step. This is where we are sitting. Pretty good. Now you're going to install your gas tube. Rail's going to go to the rear towards the butt. This is going to go forward. Make sure when you install this that you have this at the right angle. And I'll show a couple other clips real quick just to make sure. If you're having to force it in, no bueno, okay? Because if you have this right here slid at the right direction, it's gonna slide right in and out. And you can see the little plate right here. Let me show you the little plate. See that little plate right there? Right there. It's gonna slide at an angle so that you can slide it in. And you'll see it on the disassembly, reassembly videos. So, like I said, this isn't a disassembly, reassembly video. Just, I want to make sure. And before you go to work on that, make sure you got Argo. I actually made that mistake one time. Maybe 2 times. I'm gonna stick that in. You know which way it goes because the circle set's going to go into that little circle over there. And you can see it in the front. So take this, make sure it's lined up correctly. Right here. In the rear, but right here, make sure it's seated all the way. Right here. It's got to go all the way in there. See? You see how it's sliding real easy? Go snap into place. If it didn't do that, that means you need to turn this right here at a different angle. Up or down, and you'll see the little slide. Okay, so here's where we're sitting. Next, you're going to take your bolt and carrier. You can see how it fits together, kind of like a puzzle. Like so. Make sure that your charging handle is forward, towards the front. And post it up like this. This is going to want to fall out when you're trying to put it in there. It's alright. Sometimes it's easier to do it the other way, just as far as putting the bottom in first. But just make sure that it all lines up and slides forward like so. Next, some people call it the recoil spring. I'm going to call it the squiggly spring. Here's what's important. Make sure that this part goes forward. Okay, like so. And there's a little hole in there. I'm not gonna go into all that. Just again, this isn't a assembly video because there's so many of them out there, and other people do a way better job than I do. This is all about just putting together your FAB Defense. I'm gonna sit right that way. Put it into place. Next is your receiver cover. Make sure that this is pulled out, otherwise it's not going to go in. Alright? And you're just going to slide this into place. Let's see this. And this is where this part right here, again, retracting back, is going to be important. Because you're going to want to make sure that everything lines up. Recoil spring. Like so. Of course, nothing ever goes as planned. Oh shit! It's giving me resistance. It's all right. And then you'll see how it slides forward too as well. All that is in place. I'm gonna want to slide this forward like so. Let me show you. Let me show you. Again, this moves. You're going to slide this in place, and you'll know when this falls into place like so. And then your locking mechanism is going to fold right down. And guess what? You are fully assembled. Avengers assemble. At that point, you should be able to pull it back. You should be able to push up and lock it into place. And you now have something awesome. I love it. I like it. Me like it a lot. Me like it a lot. Me like it a lot. There we go. The SKS FAB Defense. I'm gonna throw a magazine on it so you can see it here in a second.
Oh, it's killers. It's killers. We do not care what the judge and jury said. The judgment day will come. You need to sleep with one eye open. Keep looking over your shoulder. Offended motherfuckers. Judge and jury said, judgment day will come. You need to sleep with one eye open. Keep looking over your shoulder.
That pure gun is a lot of fun.